Hi guys. So today I want to talk about something totally different. As you can probably tell by the title, it has nothing to do with makeup or fashion. It is related to a total different topic. And that topic is sex before marriage. Because since I am on the internet, I have heard a lot about that topic. You just read a lot about it and the different opinions, and I just think it's really interesting. And so I decided to make a video about it. So if you're interested, then just keep watching and let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is not even sex before marriage, but living together before marriage. Because before I've heard different opinions about it, I have never even thought about not living together before marriage. Now I did, and personally I would live together before I marry. Because I just think, well, if I look down, I have notes right here, so that's why. So yeah, like I said, I would live together before I marry, just because I think you just get to know your partner on a whole other level when you live together. Before, you might work together really, really well, but then when you live together, people have habits, and you just get to know the person so much better, and I think that's so important before you jump into marriage, and then maybe you can't live with these habits. And I just think living together before you marry is a really, really good thing to get to know the other person, and you should get to know this other person because you want to spend the rest of your life together. So make sure you know the person really, really well, which I think through living together you can do so. But still, I do not judge anybody. If you want to move in together after you marry, then that is totally fine with me. Some people like the idea of it, and I think it's interesting. I would never judge somebody because, well, anyways, I wanted to say that actually before the video, but I'm going to do it now. I do not want to tell anybody what to do or what not to do. It's just my opinion and how I would do it. But I think everybody should do what they think is right for their lives. And yeah, not what I think. So do whatever you think is right and whatever you think fits your life. So I just wanted to put that out there before I keep talking. So yeah. I would live together before I marry, but I don't think it's necessary for some people. Yeah, I wanted to say that with my boyfriend, we're together almost 3.5 years. And personally, I would marry in that case without living together before, because we spent every weekend pretty much together. Either I'm at his house or he is at my house, and so we pretty much know each other's habits without living together 24/7, because he stays here overnight and I stay at his house, and we do that for a couple of years now because our parents always allowed us to. So yeah, and we were at my house for I think 1.5 weeks at a time, because my mom was, I think she was, I don't know, she was gone on holidays or something, and we stayed here, and we get to know each other pretty well. And if you do that over a couple of years, it's just, I don't know, I feel like I know him enough even without living together. So if you have that situation, you might want to marry before you live together. It's just different for every person, and every person just decides to do different things. And I think that what makes life interesting, that people make different decisions, and I like it the way it is. For everybody different. So yeah. Now onto the second point, which is sex before marriage. Where I live, personally, I have never heard of people waiting to have sex until marriage. I just feel like it's not that common here, if you can say that. But when I got onto the internet and read about that, I was like, oh, I never thought about that. That never crossed my mind. But after I did, let's say, research, I just read different experiences and watched some shows and whatnot. And that's what made me think about it. And personally, I think there's nothing wrong with waiting till marriage, and there's nothing wrong with having sex before marriage, because like I said, people are different and everybody makes different decisions. And some people, well, I think the most important thing when it comes to having sex is just that you are ready and that your partner is ready. And I think nothing else matters, because it's just, if you feel ready at 16, then it is your decision. And if you don't feel ready until you're married, until you're 25, or I don't know, then that's your decision and that's right for you. So I don't think you need sex to get to know each other. Like I said, it is with living together, you really get to know each other better. And I personally don't feel like you need sex to get to know each other better. So it is not necessary to really have sex before marriage, for me personally. But that's why I like the idea of it. But I think it's fine to have sex before marriage, because everybody's background of thinking is different and of what they want. And like I said, the most important thing is that you're ready. And if you're 16 or 18 or 20, or if you're married, I don't think that matters. Oh, and what I also wanted to say, I think it's important that it is the right person. But for me, the right person doesn't even mean you need to be in a relationship for 2 years and it needs to be stable or whatever. For some people, not for me, but for some people, it might even be right to have their first time with a one-night stand. I mean, that's not what I would do, but for some people, that might be the right decision. For some people, that might, I don't know, that might just be what they expected it to be and what they wanted and what they're just fine with. So I don't think you should judge anybody for their decisions, because there's a reason, and I don't think it is wrong at all. But what I think is wrong, I really wanted to say that I don't think you should, as a parent, tell your children what to do and what not to do. Because if you waited to have sex until marriage, or you really think that is right, I don't think you should push your children to do that, into that. Because, okay, so I'm sorry, my battery died and I had to charge it, so it took me like half an hour. But now I'm back and I am going to finish off my video. Okay, so what I was going to say, I don't think it is right as a parent to push your children into anything, at least not after like a certain age, because they need to make their own decisions. And I feel like if you are gonna push your child to wait to have sex till marriage, they're maybe gonna jump into a marriage with 18 or 19 when they're actually not ready just to have sex. And I just don't think that would be right. Plus, even if they wouldn't jump into marriage or something, and just wait, maybe it wouldn't make them completely happy. It's just like, you always have to think what makes you happy is not always what makes other people happy. And I'm really glad that my mother never wanted, or still doesn't want, to convince me of anything. Sometimes what I want to do, or I'm like, oh, I want to have like 5 kids, and my mother could never imagine having 5 kids. For her, that would be hell. She only has me, and that's more than enough for her, and she could never have more. But only because I want to have 5, she's like, just because for me that would be the hell on earth, that doesn't mean you don't like it. That doesn't mean it's not the right thing for you. And so she supports me, and I just think that's what parents should do. And of course, you're gonna tell your 11-year-old daughter or son to not have sex already. That's like obvious, but I just think at a certain age, everybody has to make their own decisions, and if that means they're gonna have sex at 16, then that's what it is. And if that means they're gonna wait until marriage because that's what makes them happy, then that's what they're gonna do, and I think that's what's right. Yeah, that's it for my video. I just wanted to tell you what I think about it, and yeah, living together, for me personally, I would like to live together before marriage, but I think everybody should decide on their own, and that's what I will always think, because I just think it is right. And what I want to say again, do not just judge anybody for their decisions. On the internet, there's so much hate for everything, whether it's about breastfeeding your child, or sex before marriage, or religion, or anything. Like, I do believe in God, but if a person is like, I don't believe in God, then that's fine. Like, what? It doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't change my life. It's their decision. How am I allowed to judge them? That's not my right. So, and I don't even want to. I think it's amazing that people are different. It's so amazing. It's the most amazing thing in the world that people are different, because it would be so boring if everybody would be like, I'm gonna wait till marriage, and I'm gonna breastfeed, and I believe in God, and I'm only gonna wear red pants. Like, that would be boring. I love that the world is so different, and I think everybody should see that way. Like, I don't want to tell anybody what to think, but I really think you should at least give it a try to accept people, and you will figure out that it will make yourself happier, and that it makes other people happier if their decisions are accepted. So, I rambled enough, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's completely free. Yeah, that's it, and I hope I see you for my next video.